So today I'm going to be doing a live audit on a Google business profile that isn't ranking higher, and I'm hoping that by the end of this video, some of you guys will pick up a few things that you can actually do on your Google business profile to get more leads, to generate more clicks through to your website, to generate more phone calls. Maybe you're actually an SEO agency and you're actually just wanting to figure out like what the actual 2025 playbook is for Google business profiles. This is going to be the video that I'm going to break things down for you, completely free as well. I don't think I'm going to be using any paid tools, not that I know of anyway. So yeah, let's dive into it. Also, very quickly, if you want to further advance your SEO knowledge and just network with the correct people in the right room, check out themasterminders.com. The link will be in the description. Grab your tickets. It's happening on the 27th of June in Manchester. And you've obviously got the likes of Craig Campbell, Lara Costa, James Dooley, Carrie Rose, and many, many more speaking there. So if you want to actually learn more about SEO and just figure out like, okay, what do I need to focus on to earn more money, or how to generate more clients for your SEO agency, this is going to be the actual conference for you to attend. And it's also in Manchester, so connecting or flying into the UK should be relatively easy as well. Now, a few things when you are actually reviewing and auditing Google business profiles. So I've just searched plumbers in Manchester, right? And this was going to be like a random keyword I was just going to pick. But one thing to remember is, especially if you're out of hours, like right now I'm recording this at midnight. And as you can see here, you've got like the Zodiac Plumbing and Heating Solutions, and they're supposedly open. I'm not going to phone them at this time, because I'm just going to take their word for it and say that they actually are 24 hours. I'm hoping they actually are and they're not just lying. But one thing to remember, right, is if all of your competitors aren't open, or let's say all of your competitors are only open 9 to 5, if you're open for, let's say, from 9 a.m. till 8 p.m., from 5 p.m. till 8 p.m., your GMB is actually going to show up higher than everybody else's, because you're the only plumber, or you're the only accountant, or the only dentist in the actual area that's actually open. So just bear that in mind when you are actually auditing websites or GMBs out of hours. So I'm not actually going to do like a GMB in the plumbing industry, because everybody is supposedly open 24 hours a day, and it's not the true way of actually looking at a set of Google business profiles. So instead, what I have actually done is I've just searched lawyers in Dubai, and right now they are probably in the process of waking up and actually being open. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to, like, for example, page or position number like 10, right? So I'm just going to take a look at these guys and see what they are actually missing when it comes to their Google business profile, right? So for example, they've got all of their service pages set up, which is a good thing. Now, what you want to make certain that you're actually doing when it comes to your service pages is that your services that you provide on your website, so all of these should actually be dedicated service pages, which is great. They've actually got that set up. So they offer business setup or business registration in Dubai as an actual service. Now, what I would want for these guys to actually do is have business setup as a actual service on their Google business profile as well. Some people, right, what they do is they will have 25, 30 different services on their Google business profile. These guys look like they actually have way more, but they don't actually have these pages set up as a dedicated service on their website. That's really important, because otherwise, if you've only got, let's say you're offering 5 services on your Google business profile and you only have 2 SEO optimized pages on your website, Google's like, well, do these guys offer that as a service? Do they not? This is a really good way of actually ranking your Google business profile for what's called secondary services. So obviously these guys, the primary service that they would want to rank for is lawyers in Dubai. But what about business registration lawyers Dubai? What about property law lawyers Dubai? What about personal and family lawyers Dubai? These are all secondary keywords that you can get that 1 GMB to rank for, especially if you have got the service listed on your Google business profile and also set that up as a landing page on your actual website and it's SEO optimized, so on and so forth, right? So if you don't have that, first of all, I would make certain to set that up from the word go. The next thing that we would want to do is, and again, this might sound a little bit cliche, but actually having your images being uploaded through to your website, whether it's business cards, whether it is staff photos, whether it is outside of your office, whether it's inside of your office, making certain that you're actually uploading those can definitely play a massive factor. Like if we just duplicate our tab, right, and if we go to like position number 1, for example, now again, a lot of these images don't look like they are of the office. This probably isn't the best one to look at. Let's see if we can actually find a website or a GMB profile. So as you can see, these guys, right, they've actually uploaded photos of their team, of their managing directors, of this looks like some kind of conference they've held as well. So making certain that you're actually uploading images like this, it just makes you look like a bona fide company and not just a company that was set up yesterday. Because again, we're not necessarily uploading the images for a ranking point of view. We're actually uploading the images from a conversion point of view, because again, you can have 6 million hits to your Google business profile, but if you've got 1-star reviews and you don't have images and they're all AI images, again, it's not going to go in your favor. So just bear that in mind. Again, these guys have done a fairly decent job. It looks like they've tried to upload images of outside of their office. I don't know if their office is inside the big tall tower in Dubai. It looks that way because they've uploaded a few images of that. I'm not sure if that is the case. But making certain that you're actually doing stuff like that, uploading photos of your team, photos of your business card. These guys have actually done a relatively good job. So they've got photos of their team. They have got photos of their actual branding that's within the office, photos of inside the office again, inside the office, outside the office as well. Again, right, we're not necessarily doing this from a ranking point of view. We're doing this from a conversion point of view, because if you think of it, right, somebody might turn up to that office and they're like, which tower is this law firm in? So again, make certain that it's really clear for people to be able to contact you, even via your images, like having images of your logo, of your brand, inside or outside, your staff, etc., right? So these guys have done a relatively good job. But going back to the GMB that we were looking at, right? We've got the updates section. So these guys are actually relatively up to date on their Google business profile. Looks like, for example, they were posted 1 day ago, 4 days ago, 13th of December 2024, 28th of November 2024. I mean, it looks like they're uploading or publishing twice a month, I would probably say, through to their website, excluding January. So from a Google business point of view, they've not done anything terribly bad. What I would do, though, is make certain that the services that I have actually listed here align with the services that I actually have on the page, because it looks like they've only got 9 different services on their actual website being like set up as actual pages, right? But they've got way more than that on their Google business profile. So they've got like, well, do you know what? We can even actually run it through ChatGPT and we can get a direct answer. So I've just asked ChatGPT how many services are listed. It's going to obviously come back to us and it's probably going to say like 65 or something ridiculous. So this is like a twofold. They could either build out 65 service pages, which they probably don't want to do, or they could remove service pages from their Google business profile, which is probably what I would recommend doing, building out a blog section and starting to slowly rank for the actual services. So they've got 76 unique services listed, and they only have 9 services listed on their actual website. So I would probably skim that down and go down that route, as opposed to building out 76 service pages on my website. They've got reviews here, so I'm not going to deep dive into the reviews because it looks like they're getting consistent reviews. I mean, from a GMB point of view, it looks like they're doing a lot of things right. Let's take a look at their website. So one thing that I would definitely do, and I'm just going to move my phone to make certain that I'm not missing anything, is on the footer of the website, I would actually have the address that they are listed on. So if I take a look here, where is their actual address? if I search this up, right? So it's located in Damac Executive Heights, right? I would actually potentially have that listed on within the footer, because then it's just really easy for people to understand and to connect the dots. This is the biggest thing when it comes to Google. We need to connect the dots for Google. If we've got services on our GMB that we don't have on our actual website, big issue. If we have the address on our GMB but we don't have it on our website, again, big issue, especially if you don't have it in the actual footer section. Let's just see if the phone number matches up. Again, some of these things might be very, very basic things, but we just want to make certain that we're actually doing everything correctly. 97144355959. Yep, that's correct. And so, yep, that's fine. Another thing that we could potentially do as well is actually have our reviews embedded on our homepage. Now, it doesn't look like they've done that. Let's see if they have actually embedded the actual GMB on their contact page. So this here would be I don't know if you guys can see that clearly. Let me just zoom in. This would be what I would look to actually have included on the footer of the website. So this is the full address. So it's like Damac Executive Heights, Office 801, the 8th floor, so on and so forth. So that's what I would be looking to actually include on the website. Just literally, it could be underneath the actual logo here. And that way, again, it's just clear for Google to understand, like, yep, these guys are the exact same law firm in the actual GMB map pack as well. So that's what I would be doing. The next thing I'm going to be looking at is I'm going to run this actual GMB through a tool called Localo, and we'll see what it comes back with. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over to Localo, and I'm just going to add this in manually. I'm just going to paste it in. So this is the actual GMB. I'm just going to confirm this tier. So it's just going to give us like a checklist of things, because in some cases, even I forget like certain things that are just like easy. There's probably a couple things that you guys are screaming and shouting, and you're like, why? I can't believe you forgot about X, Y, and Z, right? So let's take a look here. So what are the actual tasks that it is telling us to do? This is the really good thing about Localo. It just gives you a task list. You don't need to remember everything off the top of your head, right? So we can obviously activate our free website. If you've never seen this before, this is what it actually looks like. So you've got like pictures of your actual service. Now this is for like a bakery, right? So obviously you're going to want to change that if you're like a local lawyer and stuff like that. You've got your reviews section here. You've also got your blogs as well. So you can actually publish blogs to this section. Now, the good thing about this as well is you can actually embed your opening hours. This is also something that I would actually have in the footer of my website. I know some people don't like doing it, but again, you're connecting the dots for Google. So having your opening hours, obviously your full address and your telephone number, which these guys actually have in their footer already, email and telephone, but opening hours and address would definitely be two things that I would be including. Then we have got... so it's collecting and analyzing data about your competitors. This might take a while. So I'm just going to pause the video for like 2 seconds and I'll be back. So this is the audit section. Obviously it takes maybe 10 to 15 minutes for it to completely finish, but this will actually update every 6 days for you. So the brilliant thing about this is it'll tell you, like, it'll look at your competitors first of all. So it's not just taking a blind guess as to like what you should and shouldn't have. Because again, another thing about GMBs is that one GMB that's ranking for like HVAC could completely differ to another GMB that's ranking for dentists near me, and it could completely differ to a GMB that is ranking for lawyers, right? It does take different things to get GMBs to pop in certain industries, so just bear that in mind. So the good thing about this is it will actually take a look and see what your competitors are doing and what you're not doing. So for example, right, we don't have all of these keywords in our actual you should at least have 3 words to your business name that are prominent terms, right? So we can actually add certain keywords to our business name, and as you can see here, that's basically what we would be tweaking. So for example, if we were to change this to something along the lines of Mote Associates, we could have like Dubai Lawyers, for example. Lawyers is actually going to start ticking stuff off. Or you could do like, and corporate lawyers, right? Something along those lines. You can obviously play around with it. So it's not too spammy. Don't just think, okay, I'm going to use all of these keywords. Like in some cases, what you might decide to do is you might say, okay, criminal lawyers, I don't earn that much, but corporate lawyers, I actually do a lot. Or I earn a lot as a company. So you can actually include those, and it obviously ticks those off as you go along. You've got the business description. Now our business description actually is SEO optimized, so it's a good thing. We've actually got a lot of keywords that are ticked off. So we've got like law, legal, Dubai, law firm, lawyers, firm, UAE, family, real estate, solutions, legal solutions, clients, Dubai, UAE, and commercial. So we've included a lot of those keywords, so that's perfect. Now, here's one thing that the company has actually done slightly a little bit wrong, right? So our main category, we've actually got two. This is actually telling us that we need to have only one, which is kind of what I was actually saying before, right? So they've got legal services, and they've also got real estate attorney as well. And you're actually able to see that by going to their Google business profile. And if we just search up, here they are here, right? And if we click on services, so they've actually got two main services here. So they've got legal services, they've got lawyer referral service. Actually, they've got three. So this is actually telling us that we only need to actually focus on just having lawyer as our main category. So you can actually remove real estate attorney, and you can also remove legal services as the other categories and just have the one. Again, there is a lot of people that say if you have, or if you start to have like 20 or 15 different categories, or if you've got like two different main categories, you actually dilute the power of just by having the one. So there is an argument to say that. Again, I would just look at the data and see what Localo's telling me. You've then got the reviews. So in this case, we've got a lot of reviews. So reviews isn't the actual problem. Images, we do actually lack images, and it's telling us you should at least add 9 photos. So that's a good thing. And then the actual posts as well, like what I mentioned at the start of the video, they've actually recently published the post. So again, it's nothing to worry about. The one thing that I do really like about this tool, and again, you can just use this section completely for free, right, is the citations section. So it's actually telling us like, hey, there's a list of 54 citations and you need to get at least 15 of these. We already have 38 of them, which is a really good thing, because a lot of websites, they don't even have any citations. But if we actually go to the to-do list, as you can see, we should be getting mentioned on Bing Places, hg.org, which I believe is a lawyer's directory. Yes, it is. So again, it's pretty crazy that we're not even mentioned on there. You've got yellow.ae, which is I believe it's the Yellow Pages equivalent in UAE or in Dubai. So as you can see here, we're not even mentioned on this website. You can obviously just get listed right there and then. And then if we click over to page 2, so again, professionallawyers.me, Dubai local.ae, again, we've just not been listed on any of these. So even just making certain that we are getting listed on these actual websites will definitely help us. I think that the citations is probably going to be one of the biggest things for this GMB to actually get it to rank higher. And it also tells us any citations that we've also lost as well. So that's been my audit of the website. If you guys have enjoyed this, or of the GMB, if you guys have enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like. And if you guys do like what I mentioned at the start, if you guys want to level up your SEO knowledge, check out themasterminders.com. The link will be in the description. And if you guys want help with your GMB, maybe you don't want to do this yourself, maybe you want to actually hire somebody, check out casualdash.com. The link will be in the description. Fill in the contact form and I will be in touch. Thank you for watching.